Hey everyone, welcome and thanks for joining me for episode 18 of my Shrewsbury Town career on FM16. Remember the last time we played Bolton, it was Paul Scholes that was in charge. Well, they've decided to get rid of him and they've replaced Scholesy with Sean Dyche. Up next, we've got Sheffield Wednesday. I decided to come back and play that game instead of going all the way to that Fulham fixture. The last time you guys were with me, we lost 5-4 in the Capital One Cup third round. That game going all the way to extra time. And that loss has almost been like a turning point in our season. I knew I shouldn't have spoke too loudly as we picked up a heavy loss away against Brentford. You could see that desperation started to set in. We were picking up yellow cards left, right and centre. 3-0 loss, it could have been so much better with the chances we had on goal, but we did pick ourselves up in our next game, which was back at the Meadow against Huddersfield. It was a good 3-0 win there. I was really happy with that result, with Adam Reach, Luke Williams and also Colo getting on the score sheet. Adam Reach's goal, I will just show you guys. It's always good to see Adam Reach getting on the score sheet, you know, being a new signing from the summer. As I mentioned in the last episode, these new signings, they've settled in so well. I'm really impressed with the way they've gone about their business here at Town. But here is Reach. You can see, let's go to Elevate, we'll get a better view of the pitch. And it's just brilliant interplay from Town altogether. I will rewind that, we went a bit too quickly there. But Williams, he finds Clark here perfectly. And look at Black, he's totally aware of Reach's movements and he doesn't even have to look, he doesn't have to take a touch on the ball, he just passes it first time. And look at Reach, how he loses his man, slots that into the bottom left hand corner, and that put us 1-0 up within 16 minutes gone. And then Luke Williams, another new signing from the summer, getting his name on that score sheet. Huddersfield though, they only had themselves to blame. It was poor defending for all three goals. You can see here there were a few appeals for offside as Demetrio whips in that cross for Williams. But it was Wallace, he had a job to do here and he failed to do it, to pick up Williams. He had his back to him and that just allowed Williams to make that darting run into the box. Keeper slightly off his line, and you know what, I'm not sure if Williams had to get a touch on that. I think it was going in. And for the third and final goal of the game, you can see, if I just pause it here, look at the pressing, look at the amount of players we've got forwards, we've got Black, we've got Reach. Where are the options for Williamson here? He finds Smith in the end and it's a poor touch from him, and Collins just takes advantage and punishes Huddersfield for their naivety at the back, making it 3-0. But this was an even more impressive win at Ewood Park against Blackburn. I was so impressed with the spirit in the team in that second half. They got the opening goal and I thought at that moment, because we were up against it, we weren't considered favourites at all. We were away from home, of course. But it was this goal by the one, the only, Nathaniel Knight Percival. What a goal. It came from a corner, Black with the set piece. He found Granderson perfectly, who jumped above all the rest, headed that back towards the near post, and it was Knight Percival that was just alert to everything that was going on around him, and he just simply headed that into the back of the net. Blackburn caught off guard, and it was just a fantastic moment overall. After that second goal went in, I was like, no, we're going to shut up shop now, hold on to this lead. What a massive 3 points it was for Town. Up next, we travelled to the Hawthorns to play the Baggers West Brom once again. And we did drop 3 points here, unfortunately. Although I did feel as though we deserved something more out of it. Whether it just be a point, I would have been happy with. I mean, a 2-1 loss. We did concede by Campbell again, as he scored that absolute stunner in that Capital One Cup fixture. But you can see that they had changed their team around slightly. You know, Patrick Bamford coming into the side didn't cause us too many problems, really. But that injury to Agogo, it was a setback, really, for Town. We didn't really get going once I had to replace him. And then up next, we were back at the Meadow to play Charlton. It was a half-fought point. James Collins did have a goal ruled offside. If he had scored that, we would have definitely have won. Our next fixture after that, we were away to Cardiff. And what a difficult game this was. I mean, we controlled it, 60% of the ball. That was brilliant. We just weren't clinical enough in front of goal to get enough goals, really, whereas Cardiff were. And this game against Hull, we should have won. We controlled it in midfield. We had our way with Hull, although they did try their best to keep pushing us back. And it was that goal in the 70th minute by Stephen Fletcher, which really annoyed me. I didn't feel as though he deserved it, but anyway, we picked up a point there. And up next, we've got Sheffield Wednesday at the Meadow instead of that game against Fulham. I thought, this is a pretty big fixture because if you look at the league table, we are now down into to 9th because, of course, we've dropped all those points. We're on 23 at the moment. So are Sheffield Wednesday. We need to win this game. It is a must-win. If we can win it, we can jump right up to right about 4th, 5th in the league, get into one of those promotional spots again, and just basically get back on track where, you look at our form in the last couple of episodes, it's been fantastic here in the Championship, and we kind of let ourselves down lately. But we're still in with a great chance of hitting one of those promotional spots. And whilst I think about it, I have made another signing off camera, and it's a coach this time. It's Ruud van Nistelrooy, former Manchester United striker. What a signing this is going to be. He comes in as a senior squad coach. The players like James Collins and Kyman Anderson, they're really going to benefit from this. The amount of experience that Van Nistelrooy holds, he's going to be able to come in and hopefully help out players like Collins and so on. Jordan Clark is going to be out injured. He picked up an injury, I think it was against Hull. He's going to be out for 2 weeks with a twisted knee. Not too long, really, but he's been such a central figure in that central attacking mid-role since I changed the formation to the 4-2-3-1. He's been so key for Shrewsbury Town, getting those chances together, creating those opportunities for James Collins, our top goal scorer. Also, for our next game against Sheffield Wednesday, I've got to take into consideration players like Darren McKnight, players that have been disappointed with the lack of first-team football. And because Agogo is out injured, I've got to take advantage of that. So I might use Darren McKnight or I might stay with Lenihan. It's also good to note that Lionel Cole is back from his injury. What a boost that is for Town. All right, here we go. So Leeds have just beaten Cardiff 2-1. We've got Leeds coming up very soon. I think it's in the Christmas period. But we've got to focus on this game. Sheffield Wednesday, the better of the two teams heading into this game. They're in good form. They've got Gary Hooper, Nick Powell. Have they actually? They've actually signed Nick Powell from Manchester United. What a signing he's been. 14 games, scored 3 goals, average rating of 6.9. Not too bad. Also got Sam Hutchinson and Marek Vermeil, another former Manchester United player. Looks like they've actually signed him up. So Sheffield Wednesday, they've had better form heading into this game. They've lost their last game, but they've won 3 in a row before that. So it's looking good for them at the moment. So we're up against it today. We've got the home advantage. I will bring Junior Brown into the team on the bench though. Oscar Goburn's looking for first team football. I've really got to give it to him as well, but I'm just not sure how I'm going to be able to do this. I know Lenihan is a pretty versatile player, can play as a centre-back, but at the moment I've got a really strong defence in Long and Grandison, Tutland, Knight Percival, and sometimes I'll bring in Mickey Demetrio. And that's one of the main things in Football Manager. You've got to have that consistency within your team selection, because if you're changing the team every week, players just aren't, they're not going to react as well as you would like them to your tactics and formations. But here we go anyway. Sheffield Wednesday, they're evens on odds here, so maybe a draw is on the cards. I hope that's not going to be the case. I hope we can get a good 3 points here today. Hutchinson starts. No sign of Nick Powell. He's not even on the bench. No. And Vermeil starts at right back though. Zhou is going to be a bit difficult to put a stop to. He's quick on his feet. That's the team talk. Right, let's do the individual. Go through this nice and quickly. Done. Right. Let's kick off. Oh, I'm going to change it to 2D as well. I only like to play on 3D when it's like a big, massive game. If we reach Wembley or something like that, I'll play it on 3D. But for now, it's 2D as we kick off here at the Greenhouse Meadow against Sheffield Wednesday. We need those 3 points today. Can we get them? I think so. I'm feeling confident as always. Having Lionel Cole back in the team, it's a bit of a boost. And at the moment, Sheffield Wednesday that are having their way with possession. Want to see if I can change that. We haven't had a shot just yet. We've certainly been going in with the challenges. 2 fouls already committed. Luke Weil and I are going to hoop that up the field. Looking for Collins. Right, this is good. Williams. Well done. Finds Collins. Through to Black. Oh, come on. He should be putting that away. He probably had time to take a touch as well, line up his shot. But instead he decides to hit that first time on his right. Should be a lot better than that, son. Needs to be. Especially against a team like Sheffield Wednesday, who don't really like to concede that many goals. They're a bit tricky to get anything past. Oh, long, no! What a save from Luke Weiler. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I really thought we was going to concede there. Bit of a mix-up going on. The ball pinballing all over the place. And now we can break. Williams, he's got Collins to his right. Finds him. Oh, and it's a heavy touch from Collins. So unfortunate. Westwood's going to hoof this up the field, isn't he? Yeah. Corner for Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, it's 1-0. We concede at that near post. Kenneth McEvoy with the goal. And as it stands, we will drop down to 11th if we lose this game. If it stays exactly the same for the rest of it. Oh, come on. What are my two defenders doing on the posts? They're just standing there watching it go in. Not good enough. I mean, we haven't even had... We've only had one shot and that's come from Black. And not one on target yet. And it's half time. Or we've had 2 shots. Come on, Town. We're playing at home. This is supposed to be our fortress. Let's be aggressive. Good reaction. Like to see my players looking motivated. Come on, Town. Let's go get those 3 points. We can turn this around. Still there. Black to Lenihan. Spreads that out to Cole. That's the end of the highlight. Come on, we seem to be doing well in the possession department now. But it's those chances we need to be creating. We're missing Clark. We are missing Clark in that number 10 role. I don't think Williams is filling it too well. I mean, he's more of a striker, but I know he... Oh, what a save from Luke Weiler. You know, normally on Football Manager, you're going to concede chances like that against the opposition. Oh, Reach, what are you doing? He's just running the ball out. He could have easily turned on that and found a teammate. We're crumbling. We are crumbling here today. I'm a bit disappointed in our performance from what I've seen from these highlights. Really disappointed. I mean, you expect better of Ian Black, who's been such an integral part of this team. Especially last season in League One. And the start of this this campaign in the Championship. I'll take him off anyway because he's on a yellow. Don't want to be going down to 10 men. Bring on Darren McKnight. Give him some minutes for Town. See what he can do. Hopefully extra bit of flair as well, seeing that he's younger. He's going to have that pace as well. Not long remaining. I think realistically now we're looking at a point if we can get a goal. Yes, well done, Lenihan. Good pass out to Collins. But yet he fails to find a teammate. Oh, come on. Where's the challenge? Take it off and there we go. Collins again. Cole. Oh my god, it's so scrappy at the moment. Oh, McKnight, what are you doing? Is he having a go from there? So scrappy. Lumping the ball forwards. Lenihan, you be careful. I don't want you getting sent off. With a silly challenge, and here comes Palmer now. Oh my god, he's gone unchallenged and it's 2-0. Joe with the goal, and that is the game. Don't see us coming from behind now. Not with 8 or so minutes to go. And we will drop down to 13th. Look at that. Palmer, surrounded by 2 players of ours, Long and Percival, and they just failed to make a challenge. It's disappointing. I know they didn't want to concede a penalty there. But they should at least be trying their best to get the ball off him. Only got ourselves to blame. We haven't turned up today. And Adam Reach has now picked up an injury. He's not long since returned from injury. That's unfortunate. It's thigh strain as well. He shouldn't be out for too long. Oh no. Please tell me they're not going to make it 3. Good interception there, Tootle. Shame you couldn't have done that a bit earlier in this game. But we've been so sloppy. We've given away possession here today. Reach keeps that in. Collins to make it 2-0. Cole, have a go. Why is he giving it to Tootle? Crying out loud. Final score then, 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Not the result I wanted here today. I will be aggressive with my team talk. Look at that, 9 shots, only 1 on target. Not good enough, and we've dropped 3 points. And we dropped down to 13th. What's happened to our form? And we've got Preston away in a couple of days. Our strike lucky. I don't think they were lucky. I think they were more superior, and he's going to be out for 3 weeks, Adam Reach. That is disappointing. Bit of a blow as well to the team. Sunderland have sacked their manager, Milanic. They are bottom of the table at the moment. Knight Percival reveals Peyton Fury. Yeah, we were totally outclassed at home, and it's embarrassing, if anything. It was a game that we should have won to pick ourselves up. The fans are less than happy with Luke Williams since signing. Are you confident that he can assuage the doubters and come good? I completely believe in Luke, and his ability will shine through in the coming weeks. What are your thoughts on Sunderland Park & Company? It's not my place to comment. It's now been some time since you last tasted victory. How are the team coping with this poor run? I can see the players desperately. We are going to keep fighting for a win, and I know we will turn this around soon. I hope so anyway. Collins is amongst the league leaders in average minutes per goal, finding the net roughly 99 minutes. Is there even more to come? Hopefully there's more to come. He's certainly got plenty more to offer. You can't be happy following a result and performance like that. We weren't as bad. Oh, this is a tricky one. I know things look bad, but we played quite well. No, we didn't, though. We didn't play well against Sheffield Wednesday. But I've got to be careful because obviously the players are going to be reading my reaction in the newspaper after. So up next, we're away to Preston North End. We're in a bit of a sticky patch at the moment, aren't we? Because if you look at the league table, we are in 13th. If we win our next game, that'll shoot us right at the league table. We could get up into 7th where Sheffield Wednesday are right now, depending on their results. But look at this difficult run of fixtures heading into the busy Christmas period. We've got Reading, Fulham, Burnley, QPR, Forest and Leeds United. We only played 2 home games in that amount of time in November, heading into December. Unfair or what? And seeing that game against Leeds is going to be televised, I think that's a good point to come back and do that as a live commentary. And obviously, as always, recap over the previous games. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it there for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed, even though we did lose against Sheffield Wednesday. And I'll see you all soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.